Mercy Francis Walkley, 31st of March 1927. This is my story. I was born in Cleve. Okay. Lived there for about 6 years, I suppose. Went to school there at Cleve on horseback. I went to grade 7. And I think I went to about 11 schools. I met my husband. He was a professional fisherman, shark fisherman, and the fishermen used to come in and have spent a few days ashore. So he was staying at this boarding house where I was working. So that's how we met, and I got married from there, from Grange. We got on well together. He loved fishing and we were outing, dancing. We borrowed a caravan till the children started to come along, and then my husband built a caravan, and I had four children in a small caravan at the 7-4 Park for a few years. When I was going to school, I had so many different schools. And when I got married, I said, if I have children, I'm not moving till they finish education. My friend lived at Osborne, and I lived at 7-4, and we both met at Port Adelaide, getting on a bus to get this new trust home. So we got one the same day, white house, the same design. So I lived there for 32 years. Like most mothers, I adored my children and made sure that they got proper education, which I never ever got. I never ever went to high school, but they went to high school. Didn't have a lot of money, so I used to do I had a knitting machine. Yeah, I used to do a lot of knitting and sewing for them. Made all my children's clothing, the two girls' dresses and clothes, and basketball uniforms, and the two boys' shirts.
And did everything she could possibly do, making her own clothes, knitting them, doing the girls' dresses on the floor in the kitchen, and cutting out the patterns, cutting out the material.
Her cooking, she was always making her veggie soups and stews and making sure we got good nutrition. When I was older, she was always with her pumpkins at Port Victoria, had them growing. She loved gardening and growing more than house and inside, and she was so fit and always doing.
We could go to this lovely Christmas presents, and I've still got one. My doll that we got, the boys got their cowboy suits, so even though it was a sparse living for her, she provided for us greatly.
Then I also remember the pink mittens and beret that she made, that I made a fuss about wearing, didn't want to wear, but looking back, they were beautiful. She made some beautiful things for us.
Yeah, very caring person for her children, because as I said before, you had to do it, most of it all yourself, because Dad wasn't there much. They were busy building his boats.
We were married about 25 years and things weren't working out, so he went to Queensland and I just stayed in my trust home, which I had for about 30 years. And when the children left school, old enough to look after like teenagers, I did work part-time. I was at engineering and water supply for 16 years at Rosewater. About 1.5 miles away, I rode my bike or I walked there, and that was only part-time. because I used to knock off at 2 o'clock, then have a bit of a rest, and then go and do cleaning offices.
Some of the things I do remember is coming home from school and anticipating what you might have brought home when you used to work at Waterworks. The cakes and the buns and the cream cakes, we're looking forward to them. And also when you're at Waterworks, the memory of going to all the picnic races, and you used to win the races every year.
When my children finished schooling, I was by myself. And then I went and looked after my dad for some few years.
Going visiting you in Port Victoria, we used to look forward to going over there when you're with your father over there.
Our beach jaunts down to Grange with her mother-in-law, my nana, and family, and how fit she was. She was always riding her bike and walking, and always doing. She liked her home base, but she also wanted to go and see things, and she did.
I think in later years you had more opportunity to go out and explore the world, and you've got a lot of enjoyment from there, a lot of good stories and a lot of good photos. And she was very adventurous, very strong character, and did a lot of things, a lot of travelling on her own.
My friend and I went on a Kiwi too, and her two sisters, in 2001, and every year since then we've been going on trips, so until she couldn't do it. And my son Michael, the youngest one, we've been going on the cruises. I always had a lovely time on the ships and enjoyed everything. I used to love my bingo, I still do if I could go, but I can't now, it's too fast.
Right, I hadn't realised younger that she had that sense of adventure, because she wanted, as she said, us to have a good home base and a settled life that she didn't have.
I met my friend on the bus, I've known her for 63 years. She passed away last December. For the last 12 and a half years, I've been living in a unit down at Brighton, my son's unit, and he lives there as well, until I got sick, and then I just come here then. That when I got married or anything, I was going to stay in one spot. My eldest daughter's 71 and the other one is 69, and my son is 67 and 65.
Really, I'd just like to say that Mum has been a treasure in the fact that she did provide us with a great family life when we were young, and worked her little fingers and body to the bone.
All I can say is thank you, Mum, and the kids, Matthew and Sharon, are very appreciative of what you did for them and the help you've given them over the years.
Also, when my son came along, she took him on the holidays, and he has a real soft spot for his nana. Okay. Looking back, thank you very much for all you did for us, and it wasn't easy. You didn't have an easy life, and you made the best of it and did well by us. So we'll miss you.
Well, I wish them all the best in whatever they do.
That it took me a long time to appreciate you as a mum and a grandmother, and I'm sorry for that, but some of us just have to get older and go through life a bit more before we do appreciate what was done. So thank you.
You don't drink, you don't smoke, and you're a very good personality, and even in a verse of pain, you're still thinking of others.